All right, let's finish these problems up. 41 says that the distance from home plate to dead center field in Sun Devil Stadium is 401 feet. A baseball diamond is a square with a distance from home to first base being 90 feet. How far is it from first base to dead center field? So in this case, I'm going to draw a diagram. So here I have one right next to, right in front of you here. They told us that the distance from home plate to first base is 90 feet. We know that the distance from home to center field, dead center they call it, is 401. And we know that the diamond is a square and going straight ahead has bisected it, meaning that the angle in question here is a 45-degree angle. Well, that's enough information to use our law of cosines, which I have set up here. Once I plug that into my calculator, I find that the appropriate distance is 343 feet, making C the correct answer. We have another word problem with number 42. They tell us that points A and B are on opposite sides of a building. So I'm going to just create some points here. So we have point A and point B. And they tell us that they select a third point to place a transit. That's going to be point C. So we're going to go ahead and label this here. We can see we're going to create a triangle. They tell us that point A is 52 feet from point C. And they tell us that it's 74 feet from point B. They tell us the angle ACB is 51 degrees. So you can see here as we work through the problem, we're just going to create a diagram and set up and solve. So I'm really trying to find this distance here we'll call lowercase c. Well, again, I have two sides and an angle. The law of cosines is going to be our best bet. So c squared will equal 74 squared plus 52 squared minus 2 times 52 times 74 times the cosine of 51. So I'm going to use my calculator to solve. And I found that C was equal to 57.76 feet. Don't forget when you use your law of cosines to take your square root at the end, once you simplify what you have on the right-hand side. Going back to our work here, 57.8, answer D is our best option. Here on number 43, they want us to solve the triangle. They want us to find the other sides and angles. So I'm just noticing some things here to keep in the back of my head. Option D says no triangle. That reminds me of those side angle ambiguous case type problems. So as I work through this, I just want to keep that's kind of a hint to tell me what's really going on here. So let's take a look and see what this diagram is going to look like. I am going to set up a 126-degree angle here. That'll be angle A. And then my side lengths, all right, this would be lowercase a, this will be uppercase B, and uppercase C, meaning that our side length B will be 7, and our side length C will be 9. So again, it looks like I have a law of cosine set up. I will say that a squared will equal 9 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 9 times 7 times the cosine of 126. I'm going to plug that into my calculator and see what we get. Now, as I look and see what I get from my calculator, I get A equals 14.28. Now, my initial thought, maybe we have something here with a non-existent triangle. It turns out we do have three sides. So I'm going to go look at my answers and see if I have any more work to do. Well, if I look at my three A values, I have 20.1, 17.2, and 14.3. 14.3 matches the work I did. Therefore, that must be the correct answer. Finally, we have number 44. They tell us that two sailboats leave a harbor at the same time. The first sails 23 miles per hour in a direction of 330 degrees. So let's say they start here. 330 is somewhere in that direction. And we're going 23 miles per hour. Our second boat sails in a direction of 210 degrees, which is going to be in this direction, and they are going 30 miles per hour. Assuming that both boats maintain speed and heading after 2 hours, how far are they apart? Well, I'm going to have to double our side lengths here. They're not really 30 and 23. They're really 60, 2 times 30, and 46, 2 times 23. We're trying to find this distance here. We'll call it x. And I actually do know the angle between. This angle here can be found by finding the difference between 330 degrees and 210 degrees. That is 120 degrees. So again, we're going to set up our law of cosines to solve. X squared will equal 60 squared plus 46 squared minus 2 times 60 times 46 times the cosine of 120. I'm going to plug that into my calculator. And I found x to be 92.06 miles. Well, that fits in nicely here with option C. If you made it this far, nice job. Way to hang in there. If you do want to check any answers here, you can see at the back of the packet, there are the answers themselves just listed. Please let me know if you have any questions.